Everyone's in my house is sleeping right now, so I hope you can. I'm gonna move this up. I'm about to blur that out. So like I gotta kind of talk quietly because I don't want everyone to wake up. But I just wanted to like I was just bored. I was like I'm over here like fixing my furniture for my house and like putting stuff together. We just moved in like I'd say 2 weeks ago, but like we only had 2 weeks, like a week and a half to really move out of our last apartment. And on top of that, like me and my significant other, we both work, and she goes to school and I work like over 40 hours a week. So on top of that, like we had to deal with family coming out here and just don't know what to do with my hair. It's just like been all over the place. Alright, so like her family came out here and we like been busy. We just been busy. So in the midst of that, we also were moving, and I know it's like not perfect, but I don't feel like life is perfect. So I'm not gonna be the type of person that puts up a facade like everything's perfect. And when my life is together, you guys will see that. And when my shit is fucked up, you will fucking see that. So right now, shit is fucked up. Effed up, whatever you want to call it. So right now, just a couple days ago, I have a cat scratching their back. If you hear him like scratching, he's scratching his little scratching poles. He's so big. Okay, I got him when he was like this small for my girlfriend because she loved cats. She wanted a kitten so bad, and I felt like, why not get a pet? You know what I'm saying? It's the best way to see how you deal with issues. So a little bit about me. I guess I haven't even introduced myself. I'm sorry. My name's Nyanda, and I guess I shouldn't be saying my real name. I go by Nunu. Sorry if my face is dirty. Like I did my makeup today. I didn't even wash it off yet. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like everyone washes their face before they go to bed. Like I can't be the only one, but I try to. I'm just a very live in the moment type of person, and I guess I somewhat have a pretty complexion, so it's no point in like going above and beyond. If I notice that, you know, it's getting really messy, I'll take it off. But anyways, I'm gonna do better for y'all, I promise. This is just like you seeing me, for who I am. So if you stick around from this, then we know that you really fuck with me, or just in general, you can see my energy from me, because I have a good energy. I'm a good person. Like there's so much to me that not a lot of people take the time to see. I'm a very deep person, and not a lot of people like that deep stuff, that extra think about this. Like that's how I am. I like to think about all the possibilities, like not just me, but I overthink a lot. So anyway, if you can tell that I have been like a little lit. I had a couple shots, just a couple, not a lot. Like still up here, I'm just gonna put a little sticker over it because I don't want anyone, even though, you know what? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Cause I want to be like advertising. I don't know I don't know how this shit works, so I have to look that up before I post this. But yeah, so basically, I'm 24, going on 25. I have a 5-year-old boy. I have a girlfriend, a fiance. We're like engaged. Not like engaged, but we are engaged. I think relationships come with all kind of problems. Like everyone has disagreements and stuff like that. So sometimes we talk about being on and off, but we're not on and off. Like we fucking love each other. We're with each other every fucking day. We spend our time with each other. We love being together. Like that's just how we are. So, you know, we talk our shit, but we always with each other at the end of the night. Like we've never spent a night without each other without at least coming back. Like there's no possible, it's never that serious. Like we disagree, but that's normal. And Right now, like I said, we're moving, so I'm just gonna be putting some stuff together while I tell you guys a little story time that I got reminded of by watching other story times. And this is just gonna start with it's kind of about when I lived with my ex, and it's just kind of interesting. I don't know. So I just felt like might as well just do a story time on it because it was on my mind, and my girlfriend got me a new phone, so I'm just gonna be recording videos on my phone from now on until I feel confident enough to actually invest in a camera, because you know I do have a kid. Like, I don't make YouTube money or have any celebrity status or any type of like anything like that. I work a full-time job, like I said, so it's not like I'm gonna just invest in my cat's like jumping on my cords. Let me show you guys. Oh, he ran away. Might have seen him jet by. But yeah, so like I don't want to invest. I feel like it's not that serious. I'm just doing this honestly for me to be able to like talk about my life. I've always felt like my life is pretty interesting, and also just to help others see like, not like, we'll just be able to see someone who's just going to be open and honest. Like, I don't want to be worried about what everyone thinks of me, because I really don't care. That's just not my personality. Like, I don't care. I have a different way of thinking about things, and everyone does. So if you fuck with me, well, like I said, so cool. So I'm about to start this story. I cuss a lot, so it's gonna take me a lot to like rein that in. So I've never cared, and I feel like people think women shouldn't talk a certain type of way. In my family, like, everyone talks like a sailor, I'd say. Well, I guess a sailor, whatever. Like, they tell us not to do it, but they do it. So it's like, you lead by example, right? If that's what I'm seeing as an example, then it's just natural to me. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that. Like, all these little plastics. Oh, focus camera. Okay, cool. All this just like from IKEA. I got a lot of stuff from IKEA. This is from like my son's abacus. If you guys don't know what an abacus is, I'll probably show you guys one day. It's like a counting tool that you can use for basically anything, homework, learning addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So that's why I love them. I have two of them. One is very old from when I was a kid, and it actually is missing beads. So I bought a new one from IKEA. IKEA is pretty dope for that. They have really good like toys for kids. I feel like nowadays, like, a lot of toys are made to distract the parent and let the kid just, I can't really explain it. We'll talk about this another time, but I just feel like we used to have imaginations when we were kids. We didn't have all these toys and video games and like YouTube and things to do. I feel like I'm waking my son up. He's like gonna come down here trying to see what I'm doing. Or it's Storm. Guess it was Storm. Caden? My son's knocked. He didn't even answer. By the way, like, I live in a loft, 2-bedroom loft right now. So one of the rooms is open. So I'm in the living room. So if he's awake, he's gonna hear me. I feel like I can hear from upstairs in the bathroom, from the downstairs bathroom. They're right on top of each other, but like I can hear, which is kind of weird. But at the same time, like, I know he'd be up basically. So what I'm gonna put together is the drawer to his toy box. And this is our new like little living room table. I love it because it like has this cover under. I mean, not cover. Okay, anyways, it has this space under here for you to like put covers or, you know, the remote. Basically anything that you feel is needed to stay in the living room but also look cool. So I just like the idea. I like the concept. I like the design of it. It's different. I feel like I'm very artsy. Well, I don't feel like I'm artsy. I went to art school. I'm very artistic. I went to multiple art schools and multiple art classes. I am very artistic. My confidence in art has boosted a lot. And I haven't got to spend the time I really want on it, but I'm very good with designing things and stuff like that. So when I'm done, I'm going to show you guys everything and show you like how I design the house and I'll show you guys step by step. But first I want to get like everything together, because literally we just moved everything up from my van like yesterday. Like, we're so exhausted. Anyone who's moved, you know the struggle. Like, I'm sure most YouTubers don't post their houses or homes until they like have their stuff moved in for like a good month. I'm sure they'd be like moving that whole month, and y'all don't have no idea cleaning it up, because it might take a whole month to get this together. So this is like week 2, as I said, of being here, and I plan on really like pushing to get it together, and not just for YouTube, but just for my family's sake, because we were cramped up before. Like, I'm gonna be honest. We had our first apartment together, and it was a 1-bedroom, but it was very spacious. It was a really, really, really big bedroom, and we sacrificed having our alone time by including my son in the room with us, just so that we can all like be together and make sure that he feels comfortable with her and, you know, me, and he's used to us living alone, because we didn't always live with my parents, but we lived with my parents right before. And you know, we lived with my ex before. So this story is gonna be about my ex. And I'm gonna start on this right now. The story, so we'll start here. My ex was doing a lot of things I didn't know he was doing. Let me open this box first, because it's gonna be loud. It's gonna go over my voice. So I'm using this little power drill I also got from IKEA. Drill. I also got from IKEA. It was like $10. I was like, you know what? I can do this all on my own, but it'll be much faster if I have some electric help, because I ain't got time. And it has like a bunch of different little, what is it called? I don't know, fits for screws or whatever. And I'm using it to break through the tape and just tear it open, because it's kind of, this one's the pointiest one. I don't know if it'll zoom in on that. This is a pretty good camera. You know, I have a Galaxy S8. I wish I could have got something a little bit newer, but that's not where my price range is right now. Maybe if I get a lot of views, it's not focusing, but it's a pointier one, the most pointy one. Maybe I'll invest in a new phone. So for me, it's all about like my life. I've always lived a low-key life. Like, I get off track so much. I'm sorry. I had a really like dinosaur age phone, because phones aren't really important to me, but because I wanted to start YouTube, I wanted to be able to take pictures and like build my confidence back up, because when you don't have a phone that you can take pictures and look cute, like, you feel like you're just living life day to day, and then you see everyone else like looking cute for a reason, and I'm like, I have no reason. I don't really care. I'm just living my life, whatever. So I wanted a new phone for that. And I have a 5-year-old. He does t-ball, not just t-ball though. He does coach pitch for him. And you know, I want to video and record and take pictures of our lives. Like, when something happy happens, everyone wants to have a picture or video. So yeah. Anyways, basically, now I can tell the story because the tape is open. Well, not all the way. Let me open this part too. So, we live in Arizona. And like I said, my ex did a lot of shiesty stuff when we were together. And like, I was very innocent and oblivious to it. Like, I've only really smoked weed. I don't do drugs. Well, he's gone through a really rough drug patch. I don't know if it was from postpartum depression after we had the baby. A lot of things go into that. Anyone who's dealt with someone with past traumas from like, you know, having parents around and stuff like that, it can take a toll on that person, especially when they have a new child. I'll go more into that later, but I didn't really realize what he was up to. I thought he was normal. I thought he was doing everything like, you know, that he's telling me, going to work. I picked him up every time, took him to work. And I allowed him to go to parties. I allowed him to do whatever he wanted. Because I like to have trust. If I can't trust you, the truth will come out and we will end up not being together. Like, it is what it is. I can't force you to be a good person. It's up to you. And you're going to show me if you're a good person or not. And I'm going to choose whether to be with you or not based on what you're showing me. Stopping you is not going to actually make you a better person. Like, if you're that type of person, keeping you at home all day isn't going to make you not be that type of person. Like, you're going to find a way. So I allowed him to go out and party with his, like, coworkers. I'm like, well, they're your coworkers. You got to have a relationship and a bond. Like, that was important to him. So one day, well, he made, like, friends with one of his coworkers, and he, like, let him stay with us for a couple weeks. And it was supposed to be our apartment, but he took my name off the lease right before he moved in. And he was like, I just want to have it under my own name. The lady that owned the apartments knew his mom. They were, like, friends. And she actually helped his mom move his dad into those apartments. His dad came all the way from Ohio to live closer to his son once he found out we were having a kid. His dad, like, always judged me from the beginning. We'll go into his dad another time, but basically you see how he had another connection with her where he got me taken off the lease, which was good in the long run. I really didn't want to be on it. I just trusted him, and no, I didn't really necessarily trust him, but well, I kind of did. I was kind of naive, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really think he was up to anything. I thought he was telling me the truth every time that I reached out to a female that I was worried about or anything. Like, they were all linked up with their lies, so I really thought that they were being honest. So, Storm, you're here. They showed him Storm. This is Storm. This is my little kitten. He's about 3 months. Like, look how long he is for a 3-month kitten. He's still little, but he was so tiny when we first got him. So soft. Give me that tail. But so he made friends with his coworker, and it was his apartment now. So, like, he invited him to live with him. He told me it would just be for a while. I had a 1-year-old at the time, so it's like, I'm not gonna just live with anybody. But, you know, he convinced me everything was fine. I already knew his coworker too, and he had a cool vibe. Like, I trusted him. It was the other coworker. Like, okay, the first one, I gotta find a name for him, but he's black and he has, like, long hair. He would always try to get me to braid his hair. Like, he still hits me up to this day to try to braid his hair and, like, talk to me. But I just have this loyalty where it's like, I'm not about to fuck with you if you're his friend. You're my ex's friend. Like, you're not my friend. I don't trust anyone, and I also just have this loyalty. Like, I don't need to have a friend that someone else has. And that's how I am with my girlfriends, or not like my girlfriend, but my, like, friends that are girls. I don't need to date someone you dated. That's just not me. Like, there's so many other people out here. If they dated you, for me, why would I even want that? So, anyways, you know, not that I'm trying to I ever thought about being in a relationship with him, but he would hit me up as a friend. I'm like, we can't just be friends. I never said nothing, but I'm just like, ignore it. So we'll name him, Fro guy. Yeah, Fro guy. So we'll name him Fro guy. And the other guy, he was, like, a white guy. Like, I don't want to come off racist. He was a white guy, and he had, like, blonde hair, and his hair was kind of short. Like, he was just growing it out. And he was, like, an alcoholic or a druggie or whatever. I could tell that something was a little off with him. He was, like, a little slow. I wasn't really into him. His vibe was, like, lost. So he's, like, jumping around playing with this toy. I got it from Ikea. It was pretty cheap. And it's dope. He loves it. But anyway, so I'm sorry if I get so off topic. This is just me. I'll overthink, like I said. So the friend, like, when he invited his other homeboy, Fro guy, to stay over for a couple weeks, like, it was all good. And then he invited, I'll call him Chocolate Chip. I don't know. White chocolate chip. I don't know. What can I call him? I'm just trying to describe him by his. I'm gonna edit that. Call him. I'll call him Youngin. So we'll call him Youngin. I'm gonna pour me a shot. So, Youngin, because he was pretty young, I feel that he met Youngin from work or elsewhere. Youngin decided to stay over this night, and he told me ahead of time, like, we're gonna drink, stay in the room, da da da. He's done this before, so it's nothing new. I mean, we hadn't done it for a while, but then, I was like, cool, whatever. So one night, we have 365 days in a year. Like, you can take one night to do what you want. I trusted that he would take care of things. So this guy, they get all this alcohol and liquor, and they're all in the living room getting lit in my living room. This is before I had a couch. So, like, I bought our couch for that apartment. It was just a 1-bedroom. We just had our bed, and we had my son's bed and his toys all in our room. And they were sleeping in the living room floor. So basically, he was like, I'm done for the night. My ex comes in the room, and he's just like, I don't know what I'm going to call him, but I'll figure that out later. So he comes in the room, he's like, I'm done. I'm lit. I'm going to bed. I mean, so I'm going to sleep all the time. So I'm like, whatever, good night. Cool. So I go to sleep. I'm already asleep. My son's asleep. So then we woke up like kind of 2 a.m.-ish or something like that. It was like the morning, but it was also still night. He's like, let me go check on them. And I'm like, cool. Like, we had such a close bond. We really we vibed out, even though there's a lot of lies that were told by him, but we really were still cool majority of that time. So I'm like, whatever, yeah, go check on him. So he goes out there and he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I'm like, waking up like, what's going on? What's going on? What happened? And he's like, what the fuck? You've got to be kidding me, man. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. So now I'm getting scared, like, why is he not waking up? Is he passed out? Is he, like, okay? So I'm like, let me come check on it. And I'm looking out the room like, I'm going to stay in here at the same time, but I want to see what's going on. So I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Peeking out the room. And he's like, this dude just shitted himself. I was like, what do you mean he just shitted himself? And I'm thinking also at the same time, like, this must be what happens to fucking fucked up people, drunk as heck. Like, how in the world do you shit on yourself? Now, I don't know if any of y'all have ever dealt with nobody shit on themselves from being drunk, but this man straight shitted himself. So I'm thinking, well, like, oh, hopefully it's all in his pants and stuff. Well, I didn't drink as much at the time. If you drink now, you know that sometimes liquor can make you a little, like, make a little watery, you know? I didn't see it, though, at all. So, but I'm just guessing. As he's saying, like, it's all over my sheets. Like, he gave him our blankets to sleep on the floor. And, because I had a lot of blankets. Like, I'm very I love blankets. I have a lot of blankets in my apartment, too. So, I need this to hold all my blankets. And then, so, he's like, it went through to the blankets. It went on the floor. Like, get up. So he starts cleaning up the floor, and he tells him, go in the bathtub. He starts running water, and he's like, you need to take a shower, and then you need to clean all this up. So this man is drunk out of his mind, and he's like in the shower, in the bath. Basically, it's getting everywhere. It's just disgusting, and, you know, I'm not helping. I'm not even leaving the room. I'm like, it smells. We only have one bathroom. So I'm like, just talking to myself like, girl, don't trip right now, because if you do, all hell's gonna break loose. We're not gonna get nowhere with this. So just woosah. And I was just like thinking to myself, like, girl, what is wrong with him? Why would he let these men sit up in here and drink? So I guess they drank like 2 whole bottles of different liquors and was that messed up. And the other dude was like throwing up on his side. He couldn't help do anything, and my ex over here trying to make sure nobody dies up in the house. And I'm just like, God forbid somebody die up in this house. Like, what did I get myself into? Oh my goodness. And I was like, oh my God. So this man's up in there, and my ex yelling at him, clean this mess up in the bathroom. They got this everywhere. Why did he send this drunk ass man in the bathroom by himself with poop on him to clean up in our bathroom? I would have sent this man right out the fucking door. Bye, Felicia. Take your ass on. Where the fuck did you come from? Go back there, because you don't need to clean your shit up in my bathroom. I already got to clean up my living room. Bye. I'm not a very forgiving person. Like, I mean, I'll forgive you later if I could tell you're corrected and you're back good. And mind you, this is youngin' that was just messed up. So I'm like, he's young. Like, you got him up in the house. This lid, he probably not even supposed to be drinking. I'm like, oh my God. Like, my ex is so stupid. Why would you let them do this? So it was just crazy. And I was just like so low-key irritated about it. And I was just like, this, you gotta be kidding me. Like, this can't be real. This can't be real life. And I just feel like I want to know who else has ever gone through something like this. Like, has anyone else ever, I wouldn't even say like invited someone into your house, but that too. But have you ever like lived with someone who invited people into your house and just like, you could tell their vibe is off, they're not going to take care of your stuff, and they're probably a little crazy. And I've heard stories from other YouTubers about stuff like this, so I just was like, but have you ever had somebody shit in your living room though? Have you ever had somebody go shit up your bathroom though, trying to clean themselves? Have you ever had somebody literally you thought was going to die in your apartment from drinking alcohol, from alcohol poisoning? Like, that is scary. Like, how do you drink that much liquor? You don't even know that you pooped yourself. That was really, like, scary for me, like. But I'm glad we got through it. Nobody died. I just kept my faith with God. Like, I have a really good bond with God, so I feel like that's part of the reason why he protected us through that. But it was also a learning lesson for my ex to realize, like, no. And he never really, like, let anyone drink like that again at the apartment. But he did have another occasion where he invited one of his other friends to live with us. And that was crazy, too, because, like, this man's had a whole 5-year-old daughter at the time. And my son was one by the, like, mind you. So she wasn't, like, staying with us, but she, like, stayed with her mom. And he would get her and spend time with her pretty often. And that was all cool. Like, he was a good dad. That's my thoughts. I've been telling the story this whole time because I'm, like, so lit. I don't want to fuck up on the story. Be taking too long and get distracted. But that wasn't even the problem. The problem was this man's worked for construction. What will I call him? I'll call him Bob the Builder. So this man worked for construction. Anyway, so he worked for construction, and basically he would come home, take showers in my bathroom, and leave a ring of dirt, like, you know, like you have a little residue in the tub and it might build up or something like that or whatever. This man will take one shower and leave literally dirt darker than this. Like, this is gold, but like darker than this around the entire tub, like cardboard, like this dark, like darker than that. What do you mean? Like black shit, like black and brown specks of dust everywhere, like this big around the tub. And, like, our drain would get stopped up. I don't know why, because it usually wouldn't do this. But he would just shower until the water would rise up so high. And the water must have been, like, murky. And after it would drain out, it would just leave this stain around the whole entire tub. And I have a 1-year-old. I'm like, you've been washing your naked ass, your privates, junk, all of that caused this much dirt. And you can't clean it up. And now, when I want to bathe my son, I have to clean your, I would say, ball juice. Like, I would just like, your ball juice off the tub. And I would complain about this all the time. Like, my ex never did nothing about it. He kind of tried to talk to him, but he never, like, fixed it. And soon after that, we ended up breaking up. And I, like, moved out because of big arguments. We might talk about that later. It's kind of, like, a personal thing, but I'm over it at the same time, so I can't talk about it. Storm. Stop. It's not a game. It's not a toy. Play with my cardboard box. But yeah, so, like, that was really bad. And he would, like, use dishes and leave them dirty. But I think the tub situation was just really bad because in my mindset, it's like, I have a baby. And you leaving our bathtub dirty and we have no other place to, like, use to wash him up. It's just like, I should be able to let my son take a bath and chill in there with him without worrying about cleaning up after your mess every day. Yeah, those were like the two experiences of us, like, of him inviting people into our apartment and me not really knowing what type of person he was. So it was kind of like a stranger inviting strangers in. So it was just like crazy. And I was about 19, 20 at the time. So yeah, I was pretty young. I didn't really know what people were really capable of. So that's the rest of my story. I guess now I'll put this together. I probably will stop it and just like make another video probably. Alright. Talk to y'all later. Bye.